We will now start the regular press conference by Minister Motegi. Minister, please. I do not have any opening statements, so please. Those of you who have questions, please raise your hand. When you are nominated, please come up to the closest microphone stand, state your affiliation and name, and ask your question. Yamamoto-san, go ahead. This is Yamamoto of NHK. With regards to the express derailment accident in Taiwan, 36 people were found with their hearts stopped. Are there any Japanese nationals involved in the accident?
In Taiwan, we have not received any information as to possibility of Japanese people involved in the accident. However, I understand there are many people who are involved in the accident. Therefore, I would like to pray for peaceful repose of those who lost their lives and express sincere sympathy to those who are involved in the accident. For details, and we are now receiving information from the Japan-Taiwan Communication Association. Thank you. Next question. Nikkei, Tobita is my name. With regard to Myanmar, the UN ambassador of Myanmar, according to an interview, the ambassador says that we should stop investment into Myanmar to cut off funding to the military. And the government of Japan has intention to stop ODA to Myanmar or not?
Despite repeated calls by the international community, the Myanmar national military and the police exercised force against the civilians. And as a result, on the 27th of March, this day recorded the highest number of deaths. The situation continues to have a number of casualties in Myanmar, and the situation is one Japan strongly denounces. Japan, against the national military, has strongly urged the immediate end of the violence, release those in custody, including the country's leader, as well as early resumption of democratic political systems. Those are the 3 points that Japan has strongly urged against the national military. We'll continue to closely monitor the developments, as well as a response made by other countries, and study and consider what is effective against Myanmar in Japan's policies. We have made calls in various forms, and we believe it's necessary to continue exchange and communication in various forms. We hope the situation will be stabilized and early recovery of the democratic political system will be achieved. What is important is not visible or tangible. That is a phrase taken from the Star Prince. Next question, please. I am Sato of TV Asahi. Regarding the relationship between Japan and South Korea, yesterday there was a meeting between the senior diplomats of Japan and Korea. Regarding the issue of former civilian workers from the Korean Peninsula and the comfort women, according to the press reports, it seems the gap has not shortened. How do you respond?
As I have been saying repeatedly, former civilian workers from the Korean Peninsula and also comfort women, regarding these issues, South Korea has been breaching the international law and also failed to implement our bilateral agreement. Therefore, our bilateral relationship is increasingly challenged. Against this backdrop, as part of communication between diplomatic authorities, I think that kind of effort needs to continue. As part of that effort, the Korean official in charge came to Japan, and yesterday, I think after a 5-month interval, for the first time, we had a face-to-face meeting at the Director General level for more than 4 hours. In this meeting, we agreed to continue to work to restore healthy bilateral relationship, and such a close communication will continue. We agreed on that point, but at the same time, from Japanese side, regarding the former civilian workers from the Korean Peninsula and comfort women, once again, we stressed our position. So for Japan, based on our consistent position, we are going to continue to urge the Korea to respond appropriately. Japan's position has been fully communicated, in my view. So, how the problems will be solved? The mutual effort is required, of course. As of yesterday, it isn't that we were able to solve the problems immediately in one go yesterday. Next question. So, related question. So, government of Japan has its own position, and Foreign Minister Chong Win of Korea said that we have been continuing to present realistic solution to Japan. Therefore, as long as Japan shows sincerity, 90% of the problem can be solved. So the other party is saying something like that. So what is the meaning or the appropriateness of having a foreign minister meeting?
Rather than talking about the necessity, we do not have any diplomatic schedule determined at this time. Is there any other question? Azahari-san.
News. Yesterday, there was a Japan-Arab dialogue. I attended, and we heard that by statement, the result was very encouraging and positive. So how do you evaluate the next step for bilateral relations? And I noticed in the result that Japan talked about the abductees of in North Korea and free system in the Indian and Pacific Ocean. Did you get a response from the Arab countries on supporting Japan's views on these 2 points? Thank you.
Yesterday, we had a Japan-Arab political dialogues. Originally, we planned to have the meeting for 2 hours or so. Actually, we had more than 3 hours of meeting, so we had a thorough discussion, and we confirmed the importance of enhancing comprehensive, multi-layered, and strategic relationship. Of course, Middle East peace process, Yemen issue, so regional issue and situation has been exchanged. Opinions have been exchanged, and also the Japan's contribution so far in many ways have been highly appreciated by participants. For my part, in the political area, we intend to commit more to the Middle East affairs and to reinforce cooperation with a view to maintaining and solidifying the rule-based international order. I said that. And I also said that it is necessary to ensure free and open order in the region, which underpins the prosperity of Indo-Pacific through those sea lanes. Many participants expressed their support for the principle set out in free and open Indo-Pacific, including the importance of the maritime order based on the rules of law and international law, as well as the importance of the energy security. As you also said, we strongly condemn the ballistic missile launches by North Korea. I also asked for cooperation on addressing issues related to North Korea, including abduction issues. Further, I expressed serious concerns on the attempts to unilaterally changing the status quo in the East and South China Sea by China. In the beginning, when we had a camera crew inside, the Arab side said that they are interested in not only Arab situation, but also Asian situation, including DPRK in China. So that's all. Thank you very much.